Hey, hey, welcome to Real Tea with Iris M. Hoskins of Iris M. Hoskins Realty. I wanted to come at you all today with what I feel is the first step through to financial wealth and building a financial nest egg, and that is credit. So Wu Tang came out with Cash Rules Everything Around Me. Cream, get the dollar bill, y'all. I want to flip that and say credit rules everything around me. That's the cream. That's the cream of the crop. When you come to purchasing power within the United States of America, it is built on your credit. You can do more with credit than you can actually do with cash. Um, and that's what I want to come at you today about. And I always want to come to you all with my experiences and how I attacked, I guess, my journey in life and the lessons that I learned, the missteps, the pitfalls, um, the good things, the bad. So my introduction to credit was at 17, walking around the mall. Um, You know how they had the free gifts if you apply for this credit card or, a store credit card. So I was walking around the mall and I walked past JC Penney and they had the table out and they were advertising, fill out this credit this application for JCPenney store credit card and you'll instantly get a decision and no matter what, you'll get the free gift. So I'm 17 at the mall with no money and window shopping. And I'm like, okay, fill out this form that takes 2 seconds and get free gifts. I wanted the free gifts. So I filled out the form. Lo and behold, they approved it. Now, one, I'm 17, not old enough in the States of America, at least at the time. I don't know what the ages are now, could have changed, but at the time, you were not old enough to get credit. But what I had done was I had included my name and then I included my mom's name on the application. So the approval came because I included her name. That could be the only reason because I had no established credit. So the cards come to the house, one to me, one to my mom, and she's like, "Well, what is this?" And I'm like, told her the story. I passed by the store and filled out the application and for the free gifts and ended up getting approved. So, and coincidentally, I started college at 17. So I went to college with this little credit card, but knew it was able to be monitored by my mom. So I respected my mom's credit. I respected how she felt about my decisions. So she trusted me with the card and said, "You can have the card, just let me know if you're going to use it." So that is actually how I established my credit. Because my mom would occasionally use the card. She would pay it off. She was very diligent in paying her bills, and actually, she was employed at JCPenney as well. So she definitely wanted to have a good rapport with the company that she worked for. So I was able to establish my credit, at 17. And were some pitfalls in it because then I went on and establishing my credit. Then I went on and, got some other credit cards that and I wasn't able to pay those off timely. Walking through the mall again and you walk by Limited and Express and they're like, and I'm in college at this time. So they're like, "Oh, can you afford to pay $10 a month?" And I'm thinking, yeah, I can afford to pay $10 a month. That's nothing. $10 a month with no job in college. That's a lot of money. But I did it. I got those cards. I did use them sparingly, but I did have some missteps. I ended up getting a Macy's card, had some missteps. But I said all of this to say that by the time I graduated from college and when I was ready to get my own, buy my own vehicle, I was able to, I believe I was probably like maybe 23 at the time, maybe a little younger, but I was able to get my purchase a car without a cosigner. Went to the dealership. Actually, I went to the dealership with my dad, and I knew exactly what I wanted. That's one thing about me. I know what I want, and I go for what I want. I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted the 240SX, and they had two models back then. They had the fastback model, which was more popular, and then they had the coupe. I wanted the coupe. So the coupe was hard to find. Went to the dealership, signed the paperwork, and I was able to get a car on my own. But when I went to the dealership with my dad, he's trying to work a bargain, and I'm like, Dad, I know this is what I want. I've researched it. It's a good price. Long story short, there, I ended up getting that car on my own, put my little $1,000 down, and got my ride. The ride at that time, the ride of my dreams, because all through college, and I knew that's what I wanted. So I was able to get exactly what I wanted on my own, and that meant the world to me. And I was only able to do it with credit. If I had not established that credit, that happenstance in the mall on that day, I would not have been able to, at the graduation time of college, I would not have been able to get a car on my own without credit. So I say credit rules everything around me. Yes, I could have walked in there with a bag full of cash. However, I would have had to account for the source of the cash to say, how did I get this cash? So if my job did not equate to how I got the cash, you know, they would need to legitimize how I got the cash. You could just not walk up with a bag full of cash and say, boom, this is what I want. That's um, even where the sentiment of cream as conveyed by Wu Tang, you have to clean your cash for it to rule everything around you. So I just wanted to share that, and that takes you to the road to home ownership, to car ownership, to whatever it is that you really want to achieve, and you do not have all the money at the time to get it. And I have other credit stories where I keep my credit right, and I'm able to purchase purchase a car, purchase a used car with 1.9% interest rate, which was better than the dealership offer. So I was able to walk into the dealership, another dealership as I'm an adult. I was able to walk into a dealership and purchase a car without using, without them running my credit and, filing out, oh, can she afford this car? Because it was a luxury car. So they're looking at me, sizing me up and saying, oh, can she afford this car? So I was just like, I already have my financing. So just wanted to say, whatever you're looking to do, purchase, think about your credit. And credit does matter. And credit rules everything around me and you within these walls of the United States of America. So keep your credit right.